Ever wondered what it was like to be hunted by the biggest shark that ever lived? Forget everything you think you know from the movies. We're diving deep into the world of the Megalodon, not just as a giant set of jaws, but as a master predator, a brilliant strategist, and the undisputed king of the ancient oceans. For millions of years, this colossal creature reigned supreme. But how did it actually hunt? What was its secret weapon? And what finally brought this titan down? Join me as we uncover the incredible hunting strategies of the Megalodon, from its first calculated strike to the final brutal takedown. This is the story of the ultimate predator. Let's get one thing straight. When you picture Megalodon, you're probably thinking about those massive teeth and that legendary bite force. And yes, it was terrifying. It could crush a whale's skull like a grape. But to focus only on the bite is to miss the real genius of the Megalodon. The true weapon wasn't just raw power, it was its brain. This wasn't a mindless eating machine. Fossil evidence suggests the Megalodon was a highly intelligent and strategic hunter. Its size was an advantage, sure, but its intelligence was what made it the apex predator for millions of years. It had to be smart. Its prey wasn't small or slow. We're talking about ancient whales, some of which were massive and formidable themselves. A head-on collision with a 50-ton whale could be just as dangerous for the Megalodon. So, brute force alone wasn't the answer. The Megalodon had to outthink its prey, using the environment and its own physical abilities in a deadly, calculated dance. It's this combination of brawn and brains that made it so successful. The jaws were the final act, but the hunt started long before, with a plan. So, how does a 60-foot shark plan an attack? By being the ultimate ambush predator. The Megalodon wasn't one for long, drawn-out chase. That would expend too much energy, even for an animal its size. Instead, it used the ocean itself as a weapon. Its primary strategy was likely attacking from below, using the dark, murky depths for cover. Imagine a large whale swimming near the surface, enjoying the sunlight. It would have no idea that a predator the size of a school bus was ascending from the abyss, a silent gray torpedo of death. This vertical ambush was incredibly effective. The Megalodon would build up immense speed from the depths, bursting through the surface to slam into its prey with catastrophic force. The initial impact alone would be devastating, enough to fracture bones and cause massive internal injuries. But it wasn't just about a surprise attack. Bite marks found on whale fossils tell a fascinating story. They show that Megalodon was selective. It didn't just bite randomly. It targeted specific, vulnerable areas. This wasn't a frenzy. It was a tactical strike, planned and executed with lethal precision. It understood the anatomy of its prey and knew exactly where to hit to cripple it. Once the initial ambush was successful, the real brutal dance began. The Megalodon's goal wasn't to kill the whale with a single bite. That was often impossible, even for a creature of its power. The goal was to immobilize it. Fossil evidence shows a clear pattern. The most common bite marks are found on the flippers, the tail, and the shoulder area of ancient whales. Why there? Because that's how you disable a whale. A bite to the powerful tail flukes would destroy the whale's engine, leaving it unable to flee. A strike to the flippers would take away its ability to steer and stabilize itself in the water. With its prey crippled and helpless, the Megalodon could then take its time. The whale would be bleeding, panicking, and unable to fight back or escape. The Megalodon would circle, waiting for the perfect moment to deliver the killing blow. This final attack was often aimed at the chest cavity, puncturing the heart and lungs, or a powerful bite to the head. This two-step process immobilized, then kill was incredibly efficient. It minimized risks to the shark and ensured a successful hunt. It was a display of both overwhelming power and cold, calculated precision. For over 20 million years, the Megalodon didn't just survive, it thrived. This incredible longevity is a testament to its mastery of the environment. The Megalodon wasn't just one species. It was part of a lineage of giant sharks that adapted and evolved as the oceans changed. During its reign, from the Miocene to the Pliocene epoch, the Earth's climate and ocean systems went through significant shifts. Sea levels rose and fell, ocean currents changed, and new marine ecosystems emerged. The Megalodon adapted to it all. It was a cosmopolitan species, found in oceans all over the world, from warm tropical seas to cooler temperate waters. This global distribution meant it had a varied diet. While large whales were its preferred meal, it was opportunistic. It would also hunt smaller whales, dolphins, seals, and even other sharks. Its ability to switch prey depending on what was available was key to its long-term success. It was the ultimate generalist predator on a grand scale. When one food source became scarce, it simply moved on to another. This adaptability, this environmental mastery, is why it remained at the top of the food chain for a period of time that makes the reign of the dinosaurs look short. So, if the Megalodon was so intelligent, so powerful, and so adaptable, why did it disappear? What could possibly topple the undisputed king of the seas? The end of its reign wasn't due to a bigger, badder predator. It was a story of a changing world. A world the Megalodon could no longer master. About 3 million years ago, the planet began to cool significantly. This triggered a new ice age, causing sea levels to drop dramatically. This was a catastrophe for the Megalodon. The shallow, warm coastal nurseries where it raised its young began to disappear. Without these safe havens, infant mortality would have skyrocketed. At the same time, the cooling oceans sent its primary food source to large filter-feeding whales migrating towards the newly formed nutrient-rich polar seas. These waters were far too cold for the Megalodon to survive in. Its food was moving to places it couldn't follow. Suddenly, the master hunter was starving. To make matters worse, new competitors emerged. Smaller, more agile predators like the gray-white shark and packs of killer whales were better suited to hunt the smaller, faster prey that remained. The Megalodon was too big, too slow, and needed too much food to survive in this new world. It was a slow, tragic decline. The king was left isolated, hungry, and unable to reproduce effectively. The reign of the ocean's greatest predator didn't end with a bang, but with a slow, chilling fade into extinction. The story of the Megalodon is more than just a tale of a giant monster. It's a lesson in evolution, adaptation, and the delicate balance of life on our planet. It shows us that no matter how powerful, no creature is immune to the forces of a changing world. For 20 million years, it was the perfect predator in a world that was perfect for it. Its intelligence, its strategic hunting, and its sheer power made it a true icon of prehistory. While its time has passed, the legend of the Megalodon continues to fascinate us, a ghostly reminder of the giants that once ruled our oceans. What other ancient mysteries are waiting to be uncovered in the depths? Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you next time.